Garland.
The 59 school children and their parents are dead set against the closure of the North Isle Madame School. Their protest involves much more than objection to having the children bused to classes in Arichat.
It is an anchor. We have community school adult classes in the evenings. We have brownies. We have guides. We have adult education on weekends. We have a big library that's used by senior citizens, by students that need help in homework and that kind of thing. If that's closed, that's all lost. Everything's lost.
It has a gym and 4 classes, and it's a very nice school.
The elementary school in Discouse is scheduled to close because the Richmond County District Board remains $210,000 short in funding for 1990-91. That's a shortfall despite efforts to make adjustments to meet provincial funding cutbacks. But parents have come up with their own plan in an effort to save the school. It involves the loss of 1 teaching position. They've presented it to the superintendent of the school board.
We gave him a proposal to keep the school open from P to 6 with 2 teachers and a working principal. And he said he would take it back to the board tomorrow night and put it across to them to see what they thought, but he wouldn't give us any definite answer.
The parents say they intend to continue a 1-day-a-week protest at the school until they're assured it will remain open. George Garland, CBC News.
Halifax today. They came to protest at the offices of the Department of Education. They're angry because the government is closing their school this fall. Mary Jane Weber reports.
The protest was orderly when it first began at Province House early this afternoon. Parents and students from Isle Madame and Cape Breton drove for over 4 hours to get here. They're fighting the school board's plan to close their small elementary school. The board wants to bus the children out of the community to another school 10 kilometers away. But the new school goes up to grade 12. Parents say they don't want their children mixing with students that old. They want their children to stay closer to home.
I wish I could say thank you for your help, but I can't.
4 protesters met with the Minister of Education for close to 2 hours this afternoon. They wanted Ron Giffen to force their school board to keep the school open, but he says it's out of his hands.
I will not overrule a district board in a situation in which the board is acting within its jurisdiction and is making a decision, which is in fact the board's responsibility to make.
When the parents and children heard that, they were furious. They marched into the Department of Education office, down the hall, and banged on the minister's door for more than half an hour.
It looks to me like the school boards are blaming the minister is hiding behind the school boards, and it just don't make sense.
Giffen never came out to speak to the crowd, but LeBlanc says it won't end here. He says the school board has never given them a good reason why they're closing the school, and he says the community will go to court if they have to keep the school open. For CBC News, I'm Mary Jane.